Unfortunately, in Europe, most judicial officers are not competent in many languages. Most of them do not speak English, so you will be facing communication problems with them. Advantage of using our service again, if you want to do it by Article 10b, if you want to use an official officer, is that we speak the language. We speak your language. We speak the language of the judicial officer. As attorneys at law, we can substitute ourselves to the central authority and instruct or mandate the judicial officer to complete process in a certain way, specific way that will be private personal service. And definitely it's a big advantage because your documents will come to us and we will instruct, follow up, stimulate, and pay well the judicial officer. So this is done immediately, this is done well, and at the end of the day we will issue an affidavit of service, proper affidavit of service. When we do this, when we do it very often for divorce cases, we use Article 10b, and the cost of it is 750 euros for divorce cases, and it's being done by a judicial officer, and you will be receiving an affidavit in English the way back. Then, finally, the kind of service we are specialized is by Article 10c. Article 10c simply says that service of process can be completed by a qualified professional. Now, in Europe, qualified professionals to serve process, because of European regulations, are only attorneys at law. And are only attorneys at law because on the one hand they are registered, on the other hand they are submitted to professional secrecy and ethics, and on the other hand are the only ones who can give legal advice. These three elements are very important because in Europe, I mean, if you are a process server in the United States or you're an attorney in the United States, you cannot take an airplane and go to Europe and deliver documents. No, because you cannot go to Europe and give legal consultation or simply open an office tomorrow. No, you have to pay your taxes, you have to be registered, you have to be a member of a particular association that is mandatory in Europe, it's not optional. And there are plenty of other requirements like the right of confidentiality, the right of the image, etc. So it's a little more complicated than that to be a competent professional capable of serving of process in European jurisdictions. Therefore, this excludes private investigators, excludes private detectives, includes foreigners coming into Europe to do that. If there's a case that happens, of course, probably your court, probably the judging court will accept that. Even though it's irregular, even though it's illegal, many judges accept illegal acts performed in Europe, completed in Europe, and then there's a big problem when you're going to enforce that judgment. There's a little problem when the other party realizes that the act of service was completed in a regular way, and therefore you will lose everything, all your efforts. So going back to us, Article 10c. Article 10c, professionals. Which professionals? Attorneys at law. There's no secret. How do we do it? Well, we do international, private, personal service of process. We will send an attorney at law who speaks the language of the defendant and who will, on the one hand, have the information that is going to be given with respect to image, with respect to confidentiality. Very important, because there have been cases, and it happened in foreign jurisdictions, happened in Germany, that a star was being served in Cannes, in the south of France, where the film festival was. I'm talking about a movie star. And the process server, sent by a North American attorney, served the documents, not only in public, but with plenty of paparazzis around. See the image of the person. They were both sued, and they lost the case. And this happens. So, first part, doing it through an attorney at law, Article 10c, it's not only legal, but it's also confidential. It's confidential and will protect you from any other undesirable effects that can appear because of completing service of process in a irregular way. Another big important thing to say is that attorneys in Europe have the monopoly of giving legal advice. And when you serve documents abroad, specified by the Hague Convention, specified by the Code of Civil Procedures, you have to explain the defendant what's happening. You have to explain him what is he receiving. But more than that, you have to explain him how he has to proceed. Not only the importance of the documents, what the documents are, but what can he do, how much time he has to react, and why he should react. And this can only be done by attorneys at law, because attorneys at law have the monopoly of giving legal advice. But simply saying how much time, simply saying where to go, simply saying what's happening and what are the remedies, it's legal advice. So nobody else can do it. So when you consider what we do in Article 10C, there's another, there are many advantages, like we can deliver documents within 48 hours. We are reliable. I mean, we are members of our association. You can sue us. Things goes wrong. But anyway, just up to say that we are probably the only company, the only service of process or international service of process service in Europe that guarantees the service. It means that once you hire us, we will guarantee the delivery of the documents. We will guarantee the delivery of the documents, of course, if there's no force majeure, that you're not giving us the right information. We will look for the address of the defendant, and we will try several times to deliver those documents. So we guarantee that the defendant is going to receive the documents. But more than that, is that we will guarantee the legality of that service, according to not only your laws, not only North American laws, but we will also guarantee that the laws of the countries where the documents are delivered are respected. But we will not guarantee that simply in an affidavit of service that we will have authenticated or we will have it legalized by a notary public, as we always do with North American consular notary publics, but we will guarantee it in court. It means that if tomorrow there's a motion to quash, we will either give you, we will give you the choice. Do you want us to go personally there to defend, to stand up for our service? Do you need us to prepare a legal report to go against the motion of quash? We are the only company that will do that for free. It means that we will charge a fixed amount at the beginning, but once you pay that, that's all what you pay. You won't be paying for translations, you won't be paying for apostilles, you won't be paying after for backup, but more than that, you won't be paying for process servers that are posters that don't exist. We are a serious company. We are a law firm that completes service properly and legally. Thank you really so much. I hope that this gives you a nice panoramical view of service of process. And if you need to complete service of process, on the left side of your screen you have our price list and you have instructions. The only thing we need you to do is, one, send us the summons by email in PDF format, and two, payment in advance. And that's it. Don't worry about the rest. We will complete service, we will legalize the affidavit by the notary public of the United States consulate or the Canadian consulate. We will prepare everything for you. Don't worry about it, we'll do it. And last but not least, and I just want to add this, is that we also provide deposition services, pretrial deposition services, that are very difficult to obtain in Europe. We also do exequatur or enforcement of judgments, either collections or whatever kind of judgments you want to enforce in Europe. It means that with us you have a one-stop. You won't be dealing with 300 professionals. You will be dealing with us. You will be dealing with me. And from there, we will take care of everything for you. Thank you so much, and I wish you the best in your case. Thank you.